like college is a perfect example. If you make college free or you make it super cheap, then what you'll effectively do is devalue college. You'll devalue, the education. Somebody was like walking in the street and they got hit by a car, and the person in the car started yelling at them, like, get the fuck, you don't know how to walk or something, like, get the fuck out the street. And for black people, a lot of that stems from like slavery, Like, I remember being a kid, I always thought that probably until I was a teenager, I thought Republicans were all racist.
What's up, guys? Welcome to an episode of Parade. And this is an episode of Untapped, where Untapped Potential lies. And I have a very special guest. I was on his podcast one of his episodes, so y'all should definitely check it out.
Go watch that.
I'll put everything at the bottom below. But his podcast is worth understanding. Yes, obviously, sir. It's in the name. Like, it sounds like a really good podcast, so check it out. But this is my boy Cameron, and we go back. Damn, dude, like sixth grade for me, bro. But
Yeah. So I guess that was like 4th grade for me.
Yeah, that was bad. Damn, we were kids. But so I know you do podcasting. What made you want to do a podcast, bro?
Honestly, it's so many reasons, bro. I feel like it was just something that naturally happened. But like, people who are close to me, like, they know that, like, even throughout high school, bro, I was always the one having like debates, But yeah, throughout high school, like, I was always the one who was having debates over controversial topics, like whether it was, religion or whether it was politics or just whatever it was. Like, I've always kind of been that guy, I think it's because, like, early on in life, I figured out, like, in like 6th grade, bro, like, not an authority problem, but I always question rules, Like, you can't just tell me something and me not understand the why and then I do it. So, like, with that mindset, bro, you're going to challenge a lot of ideas, and especially because I was atheist. I mean, I still am, but I became atheist in like 6th or 7th grade. So I was constantly having a God debate, bro. Like, that's some shit in high school that was so frequent, the God debate. Like, it's stupid though, because I get older and I realize you can't really convince anybody.
Oh, bro, yeah, that's such a, like, a good thing, though, that you can control. Like, anything that's out of your control is just, like, it's out of your control. You just gotta just let it go.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, for me, though, it probably was kind of like an ego thing. Like, I feel like it was something that I came to realize. And once I figured it out, it was so apparent, like, how can other people just blindly believe this thing? And it kind of sparked something into me where it's like, no, I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers what's really going on,
I'll spark it.
Yeah. Oh, facts, yeah. But yeah, that's what it was, that, bro. And then also, I watch a lot of podcasts. You're supposed to do things that you love. Podcasters is my main form of entertainment. Like, whether I'm at work, I'm listening to podcasts all day throughout my work shift. Go home, listen to some podcasts. Like, that's just, it just came natural, bro.
But that's what I be doing at work. Just be playing a podcast for the whole entire 8 hours.
Yeah, literally, bro. You have to do something you love, because people try to do things that they don't love, that they don't have a passion for, and you can't sustain that for years and years. It's just not possible, like, the shit that we're doing, bro, like, we put in all this work, money, time, and attention to make a podcast, to make YouTube channels, make YouTube videos.
TikTok videos.
Yeah.
On TikTok, bro. It just takes
countless
so much
hours.
time.
Countless hours, and like you just told me off camera, you spend like $1,500 on all this stuff, or just to get it, probably more than that, just to get all this set up.
Dude, I have like 4 other mics that I had to get because they didn't fit in this, and I was like, bruh, it's like, dog. So
fuck, dude. That's
it's just like, I have mics that y'all. I'm probably selling them to folks because they try to start one, but yeah, bro. So how long you been doing your podcast? I mean, obviously I know.
Not long. Probably like a month now.
A month, huh? Flies by, huh?
Yeah, it seems like it's flying by, but we put out so much content. Like, I'm just trying to stay consistent. Even right now, dude, it sounds crazy, the fact that it's only been like a month, because
it seems a lot longer, if I'm being honest.
I think so. How
about it's been 2 months, dog?
It's probably somewhere between 1 and 2 months, but my gauge of time is super off, bro. Like,
oh yeah.
Especially when you start talking about things that are past like a day. Shit, I don't know. Yeah, probably like a month or 2 though.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, bro, it's like, you have to do things you're passionate about. Because if this was something that you're not passionate about, you would have spent all this money, right? Got all the equipment you need, upload a nice podcast, upload quality content. it gets 200 views. Most people are gonna be like, 200 views, fuck that. I just spent 1,500. I'm about to get my money back, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to do things that you really care about, like your passions, you know.
Do you think your passions and your purpose kind of correlate together?
Passion and my purpose.
Only reason why I say
Somewhat. I mean, they have to.
The only reason why I say that is because I know your podcast is about like a lot of motivational shit, for men, and like men have to find their purpose and stuff. Because a lot of dudes are out there purposeless, like you always say and stuff. You know, dude, I've been watching your shit. I've been watching your podcast.
So in that regards, yes, but it kind of just comes natural to me, bro. And like, also the thing about like, although I'm super into like men's wellness and like, we could go all in depth about that, but I'm super into men striving to be the best version of themselves that they can be. And I'm currently doing that, so I'm the student, I'm not the teacher. Like, most channels are
You're just passing the wisdom to the others, huh?
Yeah. So instead of me, shouting at people saying men should be doing this, men shouldn't do that, like, I'm figuring out and I'm doing it in real time so they can see that on my video. And in years, it'll be cool to look back, to see that process. But so yeah, I guess they do correlate.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, not to talk about me, but learning web development, that's gonna help me with my website for the podcast, plus the podcast episodes and stuff automatically from my books and stuff too. That's the main reason why I started the podcast, because I wanted to promote my books. Yeah. But I also, I just like talking. Right?
Yeah, it kind of just comes natural.
It just comes natural, yeah.
I think podcasting is it's like the purest art form. So I think if you're a creative, it's just kind of common sense to make, even if it's not a podcast, I think if you're a creative, if you're, doing anything, it makes sense to try to set up different funnels into that, So even if you you sell t-shirts, you have a streetwear brand, it would make sense to make a podcast about streetwear. You know what I mean? Say, then that way you funnel people in. And especially as an author, bro, I mean, shit, a lot of my favorite podcasts are authors, bro. Like, just listen to people just talk, because authors are the philosophical people that we don't really have anymore,
Yeah, they're the philosophers, huh?
Yeah, like Jordan B. Peterson, bro.
Yeah, he's great. And that's why I like books too, because it just takes you back to like, it's basically like a time machine in a way, If you take the brains of like the past.
Exactly,
that's how I look at it, That's why books are so fascinating. But yeah, Jordan Peterson's a great role model.
We need more of that dude, like.
People just promote stupidity, huh?
It's that,
ignorance.
But we need more of like older men who have real knowledge to pass down, and who can actually express it in a way that can be useful to the recipient. And like, that's the problem,
How do you feel about Kevin Samuel?
That's just a funny question.
That's just like, it's like, I don't know, cause like.
I mean, I guess the same way. Shit, he goes in that same category, as the older men who can pass down that knowledge. His methods of doing it are controversial.
Yeah.
But there's so many reasons for that, bro. Like, we could talk in depth about that, just because a lot of it is like people don't want to. People. How should I say this the most politically correct way? I would say that if you're an older black man, or just maybe just a black person in period, but especially an older man, people are gonna look at you like, who are you when you try to tell them something that, challenges their life and what they're doing. Because there's a lot of people who do things like that, that similar to, Kevin Samuels and other manosphere people, but it's just like, who are you? Like Myron from Fresh and Fit, like he looks a bit awkward and whatnot. So when he says something about women, obviously naturally, people are like, man, who is this nigga? Like, you know what I mean? From telling me about that girl.
Dude, I forgot about the dudes. Holy shit.
Yeah. Man, they still going though.
Yeah, they still going. I'll give them their fucking. I'll give them props for that.
Bro, Fresh and Fit, they're definitely a catalyst in this whole sudden surge of podcasts. That's undeniable,
Yeah.
That's undeniable. Like,
They came out of nowhere fast.
Yeah, they came out of nowhere fast and they blew the fuck up and they got everybody's attention, you know?
Yeah.
And off of that, it got a lot of people into podcasts. It's just...
Yeah.
It's unfortunate though, because I think like the sad thing about Fresh and Fit, bro, is like I feel like they went down off kind of into the deep end. Because, you know, at first, like the manosphere, like it's for some men, like it's helpful to hear certain things to understand, you know, like the moves that you can make in life. Like you have to understand that, and a lot of guys like they didn't grow up knowing that. Especially like if you grew up without a father, like or you weren't in a barbershop, or you weren't like around older men speaking honestly the way that we can't speak in public, and then you find red pill, and you know you hear Kevin Samuels say some things that might have actually correlated with you in your life, or you see Myron say something that might have correlated with you in your life, and you're like, yeah, you know, if I would have known that, that would have been nice. You know, like it could have saved me. It could have saved me from situations.
Oh yeah, I think about that shit all the time.
Yeah, so that's why it's helpful to me. I think that's why it's helpful, but like I said, now it's kind of like off into the deep end because they kind of said everything that they had to say.
And that's why I'm like, and that's why I'm just like, people need to have more like passions, I guess, like more topics, because that's literally all they talk about every episode. It's like,
but it's not though. But it's because they have that's what that's all that people watch. But they have other videos like.
I mean, like investing.
The Fresh and I often say.
Yeah.
I don't watch no Fresh and Fit girl videos, you know what I mean? But I watch, they got this shit called Money Mondays, where they'll put you on to some real game, you know, like something that can make you money.
Yeah.
But niggas only watch them with his 10 bitches at the table.
Yeah.
Then it's like, yeah.
Squatted them, they be like, fuck you, get the fuck out. Like, damn, like, just cuss their ass out.
Nah, for real. And then, yeah, some of them niggas, well, I ain't gonna get into that, but.
Yeah. Are you gonna have more guests on your podcast? Like, are you looking for more people?
Oh man, bro, you know what's crazy that you mentioned that. So 2 days ago, you know, I don't know if I said this on camera or off camera, but my favorite podcast, the Talk Heavy podcast, bro. I was talking to them actually 2 days ago, and I'm probably gonna go on their show.
Really?
Yeah, or they're gonna come on ours or both.
Oh yeah, dude, good shit, dog.
So that right there, and I have some other guests too, but that right there, bro, I want to do that, but they're way up north in like Camden or Philly or something. I'm pretty sure they ain't Camden.
Dude, if you go out there, that'd be a good experience. Travel too, shit.
I ain't never been up north either, bro. Up north people fucking weird, bro. They talk fast as shit and they seem so rude, like especially fucking New York people, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. Them niggas are weird. I worked with a New York nigga back at Home Depot when I was in Tyler. Nigga from New York. The nigga was just grumpy, bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, bro, why?
I seen this video. It's like I don't know. Maybe it's because things literally like they're moving faster out there. But like I saw a video the other day on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it, but somebody was like walking in the street and they got hit by a car, and the person in the car started yelling at them, like get the fuck, he's like, you don't know how to walk or something, like get the fuck out the street.
Wow.
You know, like shit like that, bro. Texas, you know, we treat everybody with the utmost respect.
Like, oh shit, you need help.
Yeah, if you're in Texas, bro, like, and a stranger will hold the door for you and then, you know, greet you like that's your cousin or some shit. Like,
yeah.
I don't think they get much of that up north. Just that, be nice to everybody, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you never know how somebody's mindset is. Or what, you know, you never know what somebody's going through, what they went through that day.
Yeah, and then I also I try to just look at people like how my ass would feel about it. How would you feel about that if someone said that shit to you or did that to you?
Bro, that's why, man, if I'm in New York, bro, I'm gonna get in a lot of fights. Cause it is disrespectful.
I mean, yeah.
But you know what's crazy? In a way, it's probably not disrespect. It's probably just directness. Mm-hmm. You know, that's something that me and my brother talked about. Cause he said he wants to move to New York, so he was saying
Has
like.
You been before?
No, but like, you know, he was basically saying how we were talking about how I'm saying in the South, you know, we're nice, we treat everybody with the same amount of respect, or at least you just don't disrespect strangers. And he was saying like, yeah, that's nice, but actually that's fake, because imagine you had a terrible day and you walk into a store to get some fucking guards after a bad day. You know what I mean? And the store owner is like, hey, how you doing, partner? Like, you know, what's going on, man? Is everything good? And like, you know what I mean? You had a terrible day, you know, in Texas, you're gonna be like, yeah, I got nothing to complain about. Everything's good. How about you? You know what I mean? But in New York, they're probably like, yeah, fuck out of here. I had a terrible day. Fuck you. Give me my guys.
Yeah. Just ready. Just don't even want to fucking talk.
Fuck out of here.
Don't even want to talk. Just give me my shit so I can go, nigga.
Yeah, and then they don't fight afterwards. They
It's like,
just,
alright, well, shit, alright, here, nigga.
yeah. Like even that video that I was telling you where the fucking where they hit the girl that was driving, she hit somebody and then they started yelling at each other. They didn't fight. Like they just yelled, like threatened each other and then walked away. Like I guess that's just New York. Cause in Texas we got fighting words, you know. We got fighting words like when somebody start calling you certain words with a certain tone, like you like, okay, yeah, it's time. Like whether you want to fight or not, you know, it's fighting words. It's like, oh yeah, he called me this and this. He said it in this specific tone. Like yeah, it's time to fight. I guess they don't got that out there.
Niggas is used to the terminology, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Instead of phrases and like the tone and shit. It's like,
Bro, that's
whatever.
true. Cause there's even niggas here who be calling their homeboys like bitch. You know what I mean? Like which sounds gay as fuck to me. Like you like the same way that girls casually do it. Like they'll call their
What's up,
homeboys
bitch?
bitch. Yeah, like what the fuck? I'm not with that, bro. Like I don't know where they start doing that at.
I was like, what's up, my nigga? I was like, what's up, nigga?
They're just not bitch. Like what the fuck? Like I'm not saying I'm gonna be mad, but I'm be like, huh? This nigga just called me a bitch. Like,
You just literally gotta say, what's up, bro? Like, what's up, dog?
yeah.
I literally just say, what's up, dog?
Yeah.
No sense in saying that shit, but yeah, I can see what you mean. Huh?
Finally on the podcast, bro. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Have we been planning to do this shit for?
Since I did yours. But honestly, before
Yeah.
too, I think.
So like
Well, no,
2
'cause I kinda,
weeks,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, being busy, bro. You know, I'm always working, and then after work, you know, I go do more work. So, you know, trying to have a 9 to 5, and then trying to like, you know, start up a auto repair company, and then also start a podcast. Like, bro, so fucking busy.
Yeah.
But you know, that's probably how we should be.
That's how it should be, dog.
Yeah, at a young age, especially.
Oh,
bro.
dude, because honestly, that and like people should definitely be like in shape and shit. And healthy.
Yes. You know, that's funny you said that because you know, I was thinking the other day, should we judge fat people? Like not like overtly, like not, you know what I mean? Like not, I'm not saying should we go out of our way to be rude to fat people, but as a society where we are right now with like fat phobia
Yeah.
and all of these things that are almost like they're treating fat people as if they're like
beauty,
like a disenfranchised group of people that we should feel sorry for, you know?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like I saw some shit on TikTok where somebody was complaining, some fat motherfucker was crying about how he can't fit in the chairs at most places he goes to, and that's fat phobia, and that they need to make the chairs bigger everywhere. It's like we've got to a point to where if you hold people accountable, it's like
it's offensive.
It's offensive. So I think what that leads to is like fat people who are, you know, and if you're just a little chubby, you know, that's one thing, but obesity is one of the leading causes of deaths here.
God.
So it's like if you're seriously overweight to the point to where like you can't fit in the most of the fucking chairs you go to, most places you go, like that's a serious wake up call.
Dude, that's horrible.
Like, you have to be able to look at yourself.
That is definitely not fat phobia though.
Yeah.
Like the honest truth, like I just think that not everyone, but like most people should be like in shape.
Yeah.
Just because
whatever that looks like for you,
like,
you know?
yeah.
Everybody can't be a bodybuilder. Everybody can't, you know what I mean? Like, shit, just healthy.
Like healthy, dog.
Even if you're a little chubby, just don't be morbidly obese, you know?
Because I also
like,
think
damn.
that I also think that was the reason why niggas was dying from COVID, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
it was.
Yeah.
It was one of the main causes, and I actually saw an article the other day that was basically stating that a significant, I'm not gonna say the number because I don't remember, but it was saying that a significant percentage of the COVID deaths that happened were actually people dying from other things. you know, and they're counted as a COVID death. And it's like, bro, if you're morbidly obese, your body's not gonna just fucking fight off a disease like a normal person.
Yeah.
Like, you could die from the regular flu, or you can die from whatever, you know. And most, you know, I ain't gonna take it there, because people can say, yeah, my uncle was 27 and perfectly healthy and he died, you know, which does happen. But
yeah,
numbers don't lie, brother. They don't lie.
Numbers do not. Yeah, dude. Another thing, since you brought that up, actually, numbers and like facts over feelings. But now we live in a generation that's like feelings over facts.
Completely, bro. There's no more facts. Facts is dead.
Yeah, facts does not exist. Yeah.
I think our generation has redefined a fact to basically, fact now is what is my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, you can have a objective, like an argument with somebody where there is somebody who's right and wrong, and they'll literally say this, like, I understand that, but I feel this way. Mm-hmm. You know, that's basically saying that my feelings are the facts for me, which is crazy.
Yeah, this is not you, bro. Like, my brain just cannot comprehend that.
Man, that's the opposite of accountability.
I just think it makes people.
But basically, we were talking about, you know, left and right, and like how black families usually we're raised like super liberal, you know. Like, if you were to walk into a black household and say, like, you know, that you were more right wing or that you voted for Trump or anything like that, like, you're gonna get like they, you know what I mean? That's just, it's like a bad word. Yeah, it's like
it's like saying fuck God.
Yeah, literally, like, Trump is like a bad word, or like Republican is like a bad word. And I think that where most of that stems from is like the ignorance of, you know, politics and how these things actually work, like how they practically actually play out. Because I remember being, you know, like all these people, bro, just like an ignorant kid who, you know, fucked the system, never really paid attention to how things actually work, just having like a broad general understanding that you got from your parents and, you know, tweets and like shit like that. And it's like, if you just do that, then it's like, okay, yeah, like, Republicans are terrible people. And for black people, a lot of that stems from like slavery, you know? Like, I remember being a kid, I always thought that until I was a teenager, I thought Republicans were all racist.
Yeah, I thought so too, bro.
And I would say that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely thought that, like, how can you be right wing? Like, are you a bad person? Like, are you immoral? Like, do you think that, you know what I mean? Like, you have, like, I don't know. But when you grow up, I think for most people that have a certain amount of accountability and pay attention to things, it's like, the only reason I would call myself conservative is because, like, I'm big on accountability. And, like, I think that as men, we have a responsibility to become productive to society.
Oh, yeah, because that shit will not get built.
Yeah, society, exactly. So, society was built upon men doing hard things, difficult things, you know, terrible, awful, you know, things that nobody wants to go do, like, you know. And if we're all just sitting here expecting, like, handouts or not, even not a handout, just like, you don't want to work hard, you're scared to work hard, you know, you have a fear of, like, having to actually go out and chase a goal consistently every day, you know, that's like a you problem.
Yeah.
And if we all do that, then nothing's gonna get built, you know. So, I don't know, I think you just, for most people, you naturally get on that path. It was like, oh, like, conservatives aren't terrible people, and then you get deeper into it, and most of us, you know, especially blue collar guys, like, for me, that was another thing that probably showed me more of the conservative side, is working in auto shops, you know. Like, you ever seen a guy who has been working his ass off 6 days a week, like, wrenching on cars, like, hard, dirty work, and just getting, like, fucked over by inflation and, like, just crazy shit, you know? Like, that's the thing that helped me, I guess.
Yeah.
A thing that showed me, I would say. But I still do have more liberal, like, feelings, I guess, you know. You don't run a country on feelings, you know. Like, that's the thing. Like,
dude, we'd be fucked.
Like college is a perfect example.
Oh, dude, yeah.
If you make college free or you make it super cheap, then what you'll effectively do is devalue college. You'll devalue, the education. People come here from other countries to go to college, to do those types of things here because of the value of it. You having a degree at Harvard is shitting on anybody else,
Yeah.
Or any prestigious American school. You're shitting on anybody else. And if we make it free, then anybody can just fucking go do the shit. Yeah, and that's kind of what's happening now though with all the student loans.
Yeah, they're trying to get that shit fucking. They're trying to pay they're trying to get Biden to pay for that shit and everyone, and it's gonna fuck us over more, Like
for everybody's student loans.
Yeah, cause dude, I really wouldn't mind paying. I mean, of course I don't want to pay that shit back.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I was telling you earlier, I have student loans. But
yeah.
Of course I don't want to pay that shit back, but I'd rather pay that shit back I'd rather pay it back, especially if it's not gonna fuck up the economy.
Yeah.
Cause it's only it's less than $20,000, so I can fucking pay that back in 2 to 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah, me too, bro. I want to pay my student loans back. I don't think the answer is, just letting the government handle it.
Yeah, where's that money gonna come from?
Yeah, us. That's the problem.
It's just gonna be inflation gonna be out the ass with that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, bro. A lot of left wing people is just feelings. They're not looking at how things work, like how things will actually play out.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I feel like college is expensive and it's hard work and most people can't afford it, so I feel like it should be free.
I definitely think it should be a little cheaper though. Like it should be cheaper. It should be cheaper.
Something, or we need to make more money.
Yeah.
The lower middle class needs to make more money. But that's the thing, bro. Because when I think about that, I think about it comes down to the individual person wanting to work harder, better themselves, learn a skill. It comes down to that more than it does just raising the minimum wage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people are gonna be lazy.
And that's what I'm saying. I remember, sorry to piggyback. I'm trying to piggyback off what you said. Fast food workers and shit, people are raised, give them more pay, and I'm that's cool and all, but
it's nice, but
let's speak logically here.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it would be nice, but that's not how you should run a country.
Especially since minimum wage just went up to $15. Matter of fact, I think they just went up to $15. And you see the economy now, right? See how much gas is?
Yeah, fucked up.
Yeah, and you saw what happened when they gave us some stimulus?
Everybody wasted it, went and bought clothes and shit.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying, bro. The government can't solve your problems.
Exactly.
People are fucking lazy. A lot of people don't want to work. They're scared to go and actually work. They rather, especially criminals. I think that's basically them, cause bro, think about it. I'm not talking about a big time drug dealer, almost to the point to where you're just an investor, but think about the niggas that the niggas that I know who are criminals. They're broke and a lot of them make less than 9 to 5 guys.
Yeah, you might as well just get a trade, bro.
And even if they come up on a big amount of money, it's just gonna be gone because it's not sustainable.
Yeah, like we was talking about before the podcast, when you get fast money, you lose it.
Yeah, exactly. Short-term income cannot lead to long-term success.
Yeah.
It's just you see time and time somebody, nigga hit a lick or do some of this, come up on this amount of money, come up on this pack, come up on this amount of this, and fuck it up every single time. And be right back where they were.
Yep.
It's sad but true, bro. It all starts with personal accountability and looking at yourself.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to do.
That's what them stimuluses was, bro. People fuck that money off.
Yep. They always do, man.
Everybody bought a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
And everybody got a dog.
Thank you all for coming to today's episode. This is my boy Cameron. Check out his podcast, Worth Understanding. And this was a great episode. Thank you again for coming, bro. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, bro.
We'll have to do another one, of course.
For sure.
For sure. Thank you all for coming. Peace.